In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact game plan I would use if I had to start building my crypto day trading account from scratch. This is going to include all the tricks, tips, softwares, tools I've accumulated over a decade of trading, including time spent at a major American investment bank and all the years in between of trial and error. If you like that, smash all the likes, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get straight into this one. Now, the first thing we need to do is get into the mind of what an amateur trader would do. Somebody new to trading would pick up a TA cheat sheet, which by the way, you can get linked in the description. I'll link my one up in the description for you guys to use. And they would try to start identifying these patterns in the charts, right? So for example, here you can see a triangle playing out and you attempt to trade it. That is what an amateur would do, and they would be very haphazard in their approach. They'll take the trade, sometimes they'll profit, they'll then increase the size of their position, and they'll continue to do so until they hit a massive, catastrophic loss, wiping out their account, and then they say, oh, day trading doesn't work, it's a scam. What the professional trader does is understands that this is all about stacking cards in your favor. They understand that trading is just complex maths around risk management. Let me explain. So one of the best traders I've ever worked for was a guy at the investment bank who then went on to run his own hedge fund. Now, what made him so amazing at trading was not his ability to guess the direction of a trade right. This sounds so counterintuitive. He could not guess the direction of a trade, nor can you and I. What he could do was make sure that the risk to reward worked in his favor. In fact, he could get more trades wrong than he got right and still be profitable. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that, the tools and the tips you can use to stack the cards in your favor. In order to illustrate this, I've gone ahead and built a trading simulator. Yes, I'm going to make this available for you guys. If you comment below that you want this simulator, comment simulator below. Make sure you're in my Telegram group and I will share this with you guys of how to get access to this trade simulator. Now let's break down exactly what we need to do with this simulator and what it explains to us. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and I've built this from scratch for you guys, you go ahead and you enter the balance of your account. So let's say you're starting an account with $500, right? If you're starting your account, you're probably starting with a limited amount. So you manage to save up your first 500, you go ahead and enter it in here. Then you want to enter the typical amount of percentage risked. Right? How much of your account do you want to risk? Now remember, in any one given trade, you do not want to be risking a lot of your account. Now, as your account gets bigger, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, as you get success in trading, you're going to want to risk 1%, 0.5%, even less. But to start with, you're going to need a little bit of chips on the table in order to make a return. So we're going to set this as 2%, right? 2% risk on any one given trade. Okay, so that means the maximum you can lose here is $10. What we then want to set is what is called our R multiple. Now, I'm going to explain to you exactly what this R multiple is, because it's one of the most critical things in day trading. Okay, so we're back in TradingView, and I've pulled up a random altcoin here, which we're going to take a look at here on TradingView. Again, TradingView, the best charting software out there. Definitely go check that out. Get yourself set up on it. You don't need a paid account. A free account is enough. Go ahead, click here, click on long position. This is what I do before I start every trade. I do it separate from my exchange. I'll jump onto Bybit and show you how I do it on there. But first, I'm going to show you here exactly how I enter my trade. So let's say I want to enter a trade here. And again, your trade could be based on various different strategies. It could be trading a wedge. It could be trading a Bollinger Bands, Fibonacci ratios. And for example, I shared one strategy here on how you can make $100 a day using a Bollinger Band strategy. If you want me to share more strategies, let me know and we can get those videos made for you guys. But in essence, you've got your trade and you want to trade a certain pattern. Then what you want to set when you set this long position is you want to set what is called your take profit. Your take profit is if you get this trade right and it moves in the right direction, where will you take profit? So you can go ahead and you can set this limit at, let's say, here. Okay, so I go ahead and set this limit. And then I set my stop loss. Where am I going to set my stop loss is where I think the move has gone against me. So maybe that's the local low there. So I go ahead and set this. Now you notice two things. So that's my stop. I'm going to set it at 190. Okay, so you can see I lose 190 if I get stopped out at 0.01 on this coin. And if we hit our target, we're going to head to 0.03 and I would have made 758 on my risk side. Okay, now again, I'm going to share with you a calculator that does this all for you as well. But this now gives you your risk to reward ratio of 2.06. In other words, if the trade goes in your direction, you're going to make 2 times more than if you get stopped out. Now, this is the critical piece that's important. In other words, if you have a risk to reward of 2, in the next 3 trades, if you got 2 wrong and one right, you break even. You've got 2 trades wrong, 1 right, but you still break even. So you can see how just by getting your risk to reward dialed in, staying disciplined about your risk to reward ratio, you can stack the cards in your favor. And that's exactly what day trading is. It's not you and I being a genius. It's not us being genetically talented. No, it's being disciplined. It's being patient. It's learning from your mistakes and making sure that you stack the cards in your favor. Okay. Now we're going to jump on over to my position sizing calculator so I can explain exactly what we're doing. Okay, so another spreadsheet I built out for you guys is the position sizing calculator. Again, I'm going to make this available for you guys to access, and I use this for every single trade. It's got all the clear instructions for you here, but in essence, what you want to do is you want to enter your account size. Let's say our account size is $500. I'm going to risk 2% on any given trade, and then it would tell me, based on my target entry and stop loss, exactly how much to buy. So let's say, for example, I'm buying Ethereum and I'm going to buy at $1,500. So my entry price is $1,500. Now, if I get the move right, I want to be taking profit at $2,000. Now, to the downside, if I want to put my stop loss at 1,100, that calculates my risk to return, the R ratio which we just went through, as 1.25. Guys, that is not enough. Remember, if I can get this to 2, I'm stacking the cards much better in my favor. As you get more and more experience, you could even start getting this to 2.5, 2.75, and then even 3, right? But let's keep it at 2 for now. So really, there's 2 things I need to do here. Either my target price has to be higher, there needs to be more potential in this trade for me to enter it, or I need to keep a tighter stop loss. So in this case, let's go ahead and enter a tighter stop loss at 1,300, and you will see I now enter 2.5. So I can probably give myself a little bit of breathing room at 1,200. Let's go 1,250 here in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and see now they're bang on. I'm at 2 on my risk to reward. So that's going to be the trade that I want to go ahead with. Now you can look at all the other bits. What I now find out is that the maximum loss I can achieve right now on this position of buying 0.04. So it's telling me I can buy 0.04 Ethereum on this trade. So I can risk 2% of my account, which is $10, if it hits my stop loss by buying 0.04 Ethereum. It does all the work for you guys. So straight away, it tells me I'm going to buy $60 worth of Ethereum. If I get it wrong, I'm going to be down. I'm going to lose $10. If I get it right, I'm going to make $20, which guess what? Is a return on investment of 33%. Now this brings me up to my next major mistake that new traders make. They focus on the dollar amount. Guys, as new traders, you cannot become obsessed over the dollar amount. The best traders I've ever had the pleasure of sitting and trading alongside always trade based on percentages. They care about their return on investment because they know if I can get the percentages right, if I can increase my winning percentage, if I can make sure my R ratio is right, if I can make sure my return on investment is good, I can build my account size over time. And again, I'm going to jump back into the simulator to show you how quickly your account can start to grow. So jumping straight back into it, it's saying buy 0.04 Ethereum. That's going to cost you about $60 at the simulation I'm using right now. Maximum you're going to lose if it hits your stop loss is $10, but you can make 20 if you're right. And that's going to give you your 33% return on investment. Okay, so now we know how to size our positions and make sure that we're buying in amounts that's not going to wreck our account. It's going to give us some steady growth, and it's going to make sure that the risk multiple is in our favor. Now what we need to do is jump into the simulator to get an idea of how our account can grow, because the beauty of trading, even if you're trading in spot and not leverage, I personally only trade in spot. Even if you're trading in spot, yes, it's going to take you a lot longer, but the compounding works in your favor. So I got ahead and I built this simulation for you guys. So we enter $500 in our account. 2% is the amount we want to risk in any one given trade. We're going to go for a 2 on the risk multiple. 3 is too much. We'll pick a 2 risk to reward multiple. And we're going to say that our win percentage is 50%. In other words, it's the flip of a coin. Now, as you get better, you should be able to increase your win percentage, right? Your ability to read indicators. Maybe you worked for my TA course, ijaz.uk/TA. You've got a good strategy on Bollinger Bands. You've got a good strategy on Fibonacci ratios. Your win percentage will pick up with experience. But let's say you're just kind of shooting in the dark, 50% here right now as you start. I'm still going to show you how your trades can stack up. So what this simulation does now is this simulation simulates 100 random trades. And 50% of the time, based on this percentage, 50% of the time you're going to win, 50% of the time you're going to lose in a random order. and you can see exactly here how your account changes. So you start your account with $500, you lose the first trade, right? Again, this is randomly generated, so you lose $10. Now you're sitting at $490. You lose again, so you lose another $9.80. So now you're sitting at $480 in the account. Now you get a win, but remember, now your win is slightly smaller than if you won on a $500 account, because your account's got slightly smaller because you lost the first 2 trades. And you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and you see that eventually your account sits after 100 trades at $1,294. But here's the beauty. If I can now start to work on my win percentage, let's plug in 60%. Now I'm getting better at my win percentage. Look at how my account balance starts to grow, right? It really starts to grow quickly. If I can improve a little bit on my risk to reward ratio, if I can start nudging that a bit, I start improving the returns that I see on my account. And you can see how by tweaking 2 things, the win percentage, the number of trades you get right, of course, plus the risk to reward, stacking it in your favor. So when the trade is right, you're making good. When the trade is wrong, you're not doing so bad, right? You're stopping out quite quickly and cutting your losses quite quickly. You can build your account sustainably over time. Okay, so let's now piece this together. We've decided how big our account size is. We started with $500. We then said that we're only going to risk 2% of our account on any one given trade. So our stop loss, if it hits, can only lose us 2% of the trade. That then keeps us in the game that we can mess up multiple times in a row and our account should not get blown up. Now we need to piece it together. So we decide, using our position calculator, what our target price, entry price, and stop loss price is going to be. Now again, this will be based on your exact trading chart pattern or indicator strategy you're using. If you're using a Bollinger Band strategy, for example, you may be entering at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, looking to exit with your take profit at the top of the Bollinger Band. If you're using the breakout from a symmetrical triangle, your entry price is when you break out from the top trend line, and your target price is the measured move. Again, that's outside of the scope of this video, but if you want me to make a separate video on that, we can do so as well. Once you've decided your target price, your entry price, your stop loss, this calculator is going to tell you exactly how much you need to go ahead and buy. So personally, what I like to do is I like to then come in, put in a long position here on my trading view to set up the diagram like this. I'll set it up, I'll put the take profit exactly what my calculator just told me, I put my entry as my calculator told me, and my stop loss. So I've set that in here as well. Then I'll jump onto my exchange, because in this instance I'm using Bybit. You guys can sign up to Bybit, link in the description, ijaz.uk/Bybit. That's going to help you get some amazing bonuses and supports the channel. But I don't like charting in here. I don't think it's as easy to chart here, even though they've got a trading view section here as well. I don't think it's as easy. I like to chart on my trading view. Maybe it's just old habit and I'm a creature of habit, but I like to come in here to place my trade. So we're going to click up here on the left hand corner, click on the emblem here, make sure you got Ethereum selected. And personally, like I said, I don't trade leverage. If you guys trade leverage, that's up to you. It's a quick way to get wrecked, so be very, very careful. Make sure you're experienced. And then on the right hand side, I want to set up my order. Remember, the position sizing calculator already told me how much I want to buy. So I go ahead, I set how much Ethereum I'm going to buy based on the position calculator, and then I hit buy. When I hit buy, I will then personally make sure that I've set up my stop loss and set up my limit order sell. This is going to sell automatically when we hit our take profit. These are very important steps. Make sure you set your stop loss automatically. Make sure you set your take profit target automatically. You will be shocked and astounded at the number of people who manually keep changing their stop losses and take profits. I've done it plenty of times. Some of the best traders I've ever known have done it plenty of times, and you're going to do it as well. But again, what did I say? Trading is about discipline. It's okay if you lose. I just showed you using the simulation. You can lose 50% of the next 100 trades you make and still grow your account over the next 100 trades. And if you're trading 2 to 3 times a day, that is 33 or so days for you to take 100 trades, right? You could be growing your account in that time if you're disciplined, if you stack the cards in your favor, and if you make sure you do not change your stop loss and take profit. You've got to keep that discipline. And of course, guys, once you've nailed that, you need to make sure you're on top of fundamentals and macroeconomic updates. It's all good you having your perfect Bollinger Band strategy, your perfect symmetrical triangle breakout. You enter your long position, you've used the sizing calculator, you've used the simulator to tell you how you're going to plan your next 100 trades. But if the macro news goes against you, if the fundamental news goes against you, then all your trades are going to keep reversing back to the downside. So it's very important that you stay up to date on all of them. Make sure you're in my Telegram. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. get into our Discord community. They're all free for you to take advantage of. If you want to learn TA, ijaz.uk/TA, take advantage of that. Good luck with your trading journey. If you appreciate this type of content and you want more of the nitty gritty into how to actually trade, make sure you let me know in the comments and I'll spin out more of these videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Hold up, if you've just watched this video and you love the notion of trading but you're confused at what is the difference between trading and investment, you're going to want to watch this video here where I break down the exact difference so you no longer are going to get confused between the two.